Today we are going to talk about what it looks like when your puppy is blowing their very first puppy coat. So River is 3.5 months old and he is shedding like crazy. All of a sudden, all this puppy fuzz is coming out. So we're gonna brush him out a little bit, but the best way to get all of this out really quickly is to bathe him. So we're gonna bathe him, and when we bathe him, we'll be brushing him at the same time, and you'll see how much really comes out. If you don't already have one of these amazing little spigots, I recommend you get one. We got this one at Petco, but they have tons of them. You just connect to your faucet, and then there's a knob here you can turn on and off, so that way you can actually wet down your puppy like you are giving him a shower. Start with the shampoo. Now remember that your puppy probably hasn't had many baths because they're probably 3 months old or so. So you want to make it enjoyable for him. Don't freak him out. Take your time and give him a good massage while you're working in all of this soap. That's going to loosen up all of this fur. Okay, so we have a lot of soap on him now. He's all lathered up, and the best thing for me to do to help get all of this undercoat out is to give him a good massage with my Zoom Groom, and that's gonna loosen up all of this undercoat that's already coming out. Okay, so then I'll take my slicker and pull out all of that fur that I just loosened up with the Zoom Groom. And the reason I like to use my brushes instead of just rinsing them off is because this is going to gather a lot of the undercoat that's falling out and not go down my drain. What's the matter? What's the matter, big? So after you give your puppy a bath, it is a perfect time to cut their nails because everything is really soft from the water. So it is much easier to trim when they are wet. And depending on the age of your puppy, you can use regular big toenail clippers. And just watch your puppy's tongue. And if they're not too long, which they're not, we're just barely taking off the tips. River has dew claws, so you have to remember if your dog does have dew claws, this little nail here on the side, and this was an important one to trim. Do you see how long that is? Because they can't wear it down. So we got to make sure we get that nail. Okay, so now we are going to dry him off and use our comb and our brushes to release any other fur that's there. I like to use a flea comb for behind his ears here in this really thin parts of his fur, and then his neck area right here, and it just gets all this fine fur out. And then the top of his head, just this very top part, you don't want to use a big thick brush because there's hardly any hair there. It's not long. So this will help get any undercoat out. And then do you see that? Not much, but it's the little bitty fuzzes. yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yep. And then I'm going to use a rake and try to release any more of that fur that we didn't get out from his bath. Then I use my slicker brush. I also like to use the flea comb for their legs. This is really easy and gets all of the loose undercoat out of these tiny little hairs. See? Okay, let's see how much more hair we can get off of you, Papa. So I'm going to use his rake and see if I can get any more out of him. I like to use a grooming table so that it doesn't kill my back and I don't have to chase him around because he can't get down. Remember, this is metal, so you don't want to push too hard on his skin. You're just basically raking through to see if you can release anything else in there. He is still a little damp, so if it is too wet, you could be pulling his fur when you're doing this. So you want to be careful that you don't pull his fur. And then a glove. You see all that fur flying around? Good boy, that's a good boy. I'm not a big fan of how this glove does not capture all of the fur. You see a lot of fur flying everywhere, but it's gentle on the dogs and they actually enjoy it, which makes it a lot easier for us to get our puppies used to grooming. Did the baby go fair? Did the baby go fair? Yeah, the baby. Good boy, that's a good boy. There you go, pretty boy. There you go, you're done. Are you done? Let me see how pretty you look. Oh, you look so pretty. Sit.